Hi guys! I left my phone at home last night, so I wasn't able to do the video at school. So this is me again, balancing it on the edge of an oar. Alright, so the next unit we're going to talk about probability. Hopefully you remember just the basics of probability. And if you want to make a note at the top of your paper here, just the basic definition of probability. It's what you want out of everything possible. So that's just the basic definition of probability. And just keep in mind that, you can't have a probability greater than 1 because 100% is the highest you can go. You can't have a negative probability. 0% is the lowest you can go. And we'll talk more about writing probabilities as decimals, fractions, and percents. We're going to do all three of those. So just some other definitions that I wanted you to add on here. Some of the new stuff. Hopefully you've seen a Venn diagram before. This is a picture of a Venn diagram. You probably haven't used it with numbers before. Maybe you used it with number sets. But we're going to talk about Venn diagrams in the case of sets here. So, and at the top of your paper on this side, if I can get over there, I think we'll have enough room. This is where we're going to put our little definitions. So, anytime you have this symbol here, it looks like, I always think of it as an N. It looks like a lowercase n to me. This means intersection, which also means and. And for the intersection part of the Venn diagram, again, you're looking for the overlapping piece. So something like this in the very middle, that would be math and language arts and science put together. This intersection piece right here, this overlapping piece, this would be math and language arts put together. So sometimes you're going to have all three, sometimes you're only going to have two areas. But again, the intersection is just the stuff in the middle. So it's the overlapping piece. And again, if you want to write that in there, I can't really slide it over more, but we have the word overlapping at the end. So the other symbol that we're going to talk about, it looks like a U. And it's nice to note that U stands for union. And they're kind of easy to remember because this symbol here looks like an N and it means intersection. This symbol looks like a U, and it means union. The key word here is or, and you're looking for everything in both circles. So, for example, the union between math and language arts would be not only the overlapping piece, but everything in math and everything in language arts put together. So, we're going to do some examples here. I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my letters of who goes where. And you don't have to do the name, I wouldn't do the name. I would just do the first letter of the name here. One other thing I wanted you to add real quick is whenever you see an apostrophe or a little c, and they're always going to be subscripts. So they're always going to be tiny and they're going to be at the top of the word. Like, for example, right here, you can see it. You have math, and then you have a little tiny apostrophe at the top. So that's an example of what I'm showing you right here. And this means not. So it's everything except whatever is in front of the apostrophe. And again, you can write out to the side, you can see it. Everything except. So let's go ahead and fill in our names here. So we've got Ashley. She likes math and science, and hopefully she likes language arts as well in real life. But we're going to put Ashley in the intersection of math and science. And again, she doesn't like language arts, so I'm going to leave her off of this circle. So she's just going to go in this area over here. Betsy likes language arts and science, so we're going to put her in the language arts and science overlapping area. But again, she doesn't take math. So we're going to leave this part blank because this part is in the math circle. And then we've got Chris. Chris has a full load this semester. He's taking all 3 courses, math, language arts, and science. We're going to put a C in the middle. Devontae is taking math and language arts. So again, we're going to put him here. And then we have Eder, who's taking math and science. So he's going to go here. And again, you know, he's not taking language arts, so you don't want to put him in the language arts circle. Frank, unfortunately, has left the school. He's not taking anything this semester. Even though he is part of the population, we're not going to put him in the Venn diagram per se, but he is still going to be in the square. So we kind of leave him off over here. We have George. He's only taking science. He's not taking anything else. So he's in the science circle, but he's not going to be in math or language arts. Heather is only taking language arts. We're going to put her out here. Isabella, good job, Isabella. She's only taking math. Hopefully she'll get an A. Jessica is only taking language arts. We'll put her out here. And Krista is only taking math, and we'll put her out here. So that is just a quick lesson on how you fill in the Venn diagram. That's kind of the easy part. Then I'm going to show you a couple of examples down here, and we'll finish up to the examples down here. And I'll probably do through F with you guys, and then we'll finish the rest up tomorrow. So real easy for letter B. And I've given you these pictures. Tomorrow, if you guys could bring like colored pencils, markers, highlighters, something so you can see where your names are going to go. And you got some options. You know, you don't have to use the shading in the pictures here. You can just, you know, look at the, sometimes it's easy to look at the Venn diagram, and you can do that without doing any drawing. So for language arts, if I was going to do the drawing, I would just circle everything in the language arts circle, even if it overlaps. And now I know, hey, I know what names to look for. So then I go to my Venn diagram, everything in this circle. And again, I'm just going to use the first letter of the name, not the entire thing. So we have D, C, H, J, and B. For math, intersection, science, if you go back up to the definition, the little N, intersection, that means and, or the overlapping part. So now we want math and science overlapping, and it is okay if language arts is in there too, because it doesn't say anything about no language arts. So we want the intersection of math and science, which is everybody right here. And again, if I highlight it on my little picture, so I get A, E, and C. Oh, another thing to remember, don't forget these little squigglies. I call them squigglies. They're set notation. They're not parentheses. They're not brackets. They're like squiggly brackets. If you're really good at drawing them, go for it. These are my squiggly brackets. But it's called set notation, and you always put these little brackets on the outside of your set. For letter D, now we're coming to the apostrophe. So we have math apostrophe, and if you go to the definition, it means not. That means we want everything outside of the math circle. And that does include Frank out to the side here. Everything outside. So you also want to draw the box outside the Venn diagram, but inside the box. So we've got H, J, B, G, and F. That is everybody that is not taking math. And then next up, we've got math, union, language arts. So again, union means or. That means everything in the math and everything in language arts, including the overlapping science part, because again, it doesn't say anything about no science. So everybody up here, we've got a lot of people. I, K, D, C, A, E, B, H, and J. And again, don't forget your little squigglies. Next up, we've got math, union, language arts, but notice the tiny, tiny apostrophe that is outside of the parentheses. So if you take math, union, language arts, that's everybody in math or everybody in language arts, and I were to draw, so if I have that going on, that is math, union, language arts. We want the not part. That means you're going to actually, and if you notice, I'm kind of shading different lines here. So I've got vertical lines for what I don't want. I've got horizontal lines for what I do want. So everybody outside of math, union, language arts, that would pretty much just be G and F. And that's all I got for you guys tonight. And again, we'll do the rest. I'll probably finish up the front page with you, and we'll do some probability problems tomorrow. And I hope you guys have a great night. Bye.